understand why, and comply. Think of the protocols as war tactics. Personal protection tactics. Keep 6 feet away from others. Avoid riding the bus, gathering on beaches, in bars and shops. Public protection tactics. Quarantine yourself if you feel fluish in case you have been exposed. Call 311 or a respiratory clinic for advice. Country tactics. Partial lockdown. Supermarkets, small grocers, pharmacies and ATMs are accessible before curfew. Total lockdown. Everywhere stays closed 24/7 for a stipulated period. Team tactics. Don't only follow the protocols. Be a protocols police. Let's win this.
Together let us win this war. Say you shall be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
Hi, my name is Sidil, and you may know some of my hits like this one.
Don't play with man. Man pull up like 10 bad man.
Our music inspires and entertains. It powers festivals and is an integral part of our history and culture. Creating good music takes hours of thought, writing, arranging, recording, and production. When people or businesses who use our music publicly or for commercial gain get a music license, they're not just keeping the law. They're also supporting music creators, producers, musicians, singers, sound engineers, and many others in the music industry. Keep the great music coming. Get a music license for your business place or event. Support music rights.
For more information, visit echorights.com. This message is brought to you by Echo and this Echo license station. Echo. Protecting music rights.
All for great savings, right? Flow gives you up to $80 a month off your mobile by just adding it to your home bundle. Enjoy the fastest internet speeds and free mobile calls from your home phone, plus HBO and free internet speed upgrade. That's more value while you spend less. Switch today, bundle and save up to $80 a month off your mobile. Call us at 1-800-804-2994 or visit us in store. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Babe, I know we spoke about this, but we really need new chairs for Christmas.
Well, if you feel that way, then why not?
Really?
Uh-huh.
And what about a new fridge?
Sure.
And a new stove?
The best one there is.
Thanks, babe. See you later.
Ay. Gasa, who's one there?
You're watching MBC.
Sterile Zone combines 3 scientifically proven air purification technologies to provide a safe, effective, and energy efficient way to clean the air in rooms up to 70 square meters. Make a genuine difference in the lives of those whose every breath is impacted by the environments. The quality of air that you breathe is very important. Don't play with your health. Protect you and your family against pollen, bacteria, dust, mites, mold, and viruses. Sterile Zone. Pure air, real science, a new generation of air purification. Distributed by Cool Dust Busters. For more info, call 758-713-5508.
Because of how quickly the coronavirus spreads, each new case calls for increased public vigilance. Know what is happening, understand why, and comply. Think of the protocols as war tactics. Personal protection tactics. Keep 6 feet away from others. Avoid riding the bus, gathering on beaches, in bars, and shops. Public protection tactics. Quarantine yourself if you feel fluish in case you have been exposed. Call 311 or a respiratory clinic for advice. Country tactics. Partial lockdown. Supermarkets, small grocers, pharmacies, and ATMs are accessible before curfew. Total lockdown. Everywhere stays closed 24/7 for a stipulated period. Team tactics. Don't only follow the protocols. Be a protocols police. Let's win this.
Together let us win this war. Say we shall be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
Hi, my name is Sidil, and you may know some of my hits like this one.
Don't play with man. Man pull up like 10 bad man.
Our music inspires and entertains. It powers festivals and is an integral part of our history and culture. Creating good music takes hours of thought, writing, arranging, recording, and production. When people or businesses who use our music publicly or for commercial gain get a music license, they're not just keeping the law, they're also supporting music creators, producers, musicians, singers, sound engineers, and many others in the music industry. Keep the great music coming. Get a music license for your business place or event. Support music rights.
For more information, visit echorights.com. This message is brought to you by Echo and this Echo license station. Echo. Protecting music rights.
You're watching MBC.
Welcome back, St. Lucia, and earlier on we had a technical difficulty. I believe the audio issue has been rectified. So we've lost a couple minutes, so let's just get into it. I will still continue with the press release, Shane, and then let's just move on. We'll be moving on to the introduction of my guest. So St. Lucia has lost an illustrious son of the soil, ladies and gentlemen, national cultural icon, Honorable Charles Cadet, died Sunday, January 17, after a prolonged illness. The renowned composer was 96 years old. Mr. Cadet was born on December 16, 1924, into a family with an intense love of music and was well endowed with musical talent. In a statement, the Cultural Development Foundation highlighted Mr. Cadet's service to the government and people of St. Lucia in a distinguished career of 40 years. Honorable Charles Cadet served in several capacities, including Permanent Secretary, Counselor for Trade for the OECS sub-region from 1976 to 1986, and Acting High Commissioner to London 1986 to 1987. He was awarded Commander of the Order of the British Empire 1987 and St. Lucia Cross 2005. in recognition of his distinguished and outstanding services. He was the first recipient of the M&C Fine Arts Lifetime Achievement Award. His compositions, and I know if you're not St. Lucian, you have to be St. Lucian to know this, because if you don't know these compositions, you're definitely not St. Lucian. His compositions, Chanson Marianne and Poinsettia Blossoms, remain classics and maintain their relevance in today's society. So on behalf of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, I would like to extend heartfelt condolences to the family and friends of our Honorable Charles Kadey, who died Sunday, January 17th. So welcome back. Tell a friend to tell a friend. The audio issues have been rectified. That Police Insight is on. Without further ado, let me introduce my guest for the evening. In studio with me is none other than the Vice President of the Police Welfare Association and also Sergeant of Police, Mr. Curtis Roberts. Mr. Roberts, good night to you, buddy.
Good night, Zach.
How's everything, bro?
Well, good for now. How you doing?
I'm there. I mean, the new normal. We say it's the new normal, but I'm still not accustomed to the new normal, my brother. Wearing of the mask and, you know, all what we have to go through to ensure that we keep ourselves safe. How about you?
Good to see you. I think for the past months we've only been speaking via the phone.
Yes.
And probably meeting via the Zoom platform. Good to see you, buddy.
Excellent, my brother. We're going to have a nice little discussion today, ladies and gentlemen. And plus, we have a couple of video clips that we have to play. But first of all, Mr. Roberts, let's get into some how do you say the meat of the matter, heat of the matter? How do you say it? Do you have a way to say it, you know, my brother? You just say it very good.
The meat of the matter.
The meat of the matter. Let's get into the meat of the matter. Currently, I believe you're the top. You currently held the top position in the welfare because our illustrious president, I believe, he's on vacation. Am I correct?
Yes, he is. And, to be fair, I've been holding that fort from since we started experiencing all those issues with COVID. Because you would remember that shortly before we started, I think sometime in February or March last year, our president received an injury and he spent a while on sick leave, and from there he proceeded on vacation leave. So I've been in for that period of time.
Okay, excellent. I'd like to say good night to Mr. Travis Chico. You're on vacation, my brother. Enjoy it as much as you can, but as you know, stay safe. Mr. Vice President, what would you say are some of the most current pressing concerns of our members?
The PWA we receive complaints all the time. We receive, or let me not say complaints. I like to say, prefer to say that our members raise issues all the time. The most recent ones we would probably receive. Well, we know some persons have some issues with promotions. Yes. I mean, not everything is fit for discussion here, but you know, some of our members would have raised some issues where promotions are concerned. We have another burning issue with our special constables. We have one set of special constables who have been working for a number of years, over 20 years, and the argument is that at the time they were employed, they should have had a different retirement package. So we are still trying to fight that battle, trying to see how best we could assist them, how best we could get that rectified for them, bring some sort of, satisfaction to them in that regard. We have another set of special constables, and up to yesterday I received some complaints about the length of, or should I say the tenure of the contracts.
Oh yeah?
Yes.
Still going for that issue?
Yes. Of late we've had an issue where lots of special constables complain that the contracts are very short. In some cases 6 months, in some cases as short as 3 months. But to be fair, it is not a discussion that I have had with the administration of the police force. Because, like I said, that that complaint came in yesterday, and I have not had time to meet with our Commissioner of Police or whoever he would have designated to deal with that matter. So that's another issue. We still have, well, the general issues, some of the working conditions in some of our police stations. I know recently we had an issue with Grozili. I think some sort of comfort was brought to the officers.
Yes.
It's not perfect, but it's a lot better. It's a lot better. Yeah, we've seen some improvement in that regard. But working conditions continue to be a problem in some areas. To be fair, right now, of late, we've been getting some favorable responses in that regard from administration, and they must be applauded for that.
Okay.
When we have the beta battles, we talk about it. We probably need to give them some praise for the good ones too.
Well, that's good to hear. That's great to hear. And as you know, Mr. Vice President, COVID is the hot topic. There's just no getting away from that. From a welfare association standpoint, how effective has, in your opinion, the RSLPF responded in terms of the COVID-19 pandemic? Are members satisfied? Has the organization done all in its power to equip police officers, give them a sense of security? Because we're one of the sectors in terms of workers that cannot work from home. We have to be out there. So what is your thinking on that?
Yes, working from home is not always possible with law enforcement. There are very few law enforcement officers who can work from home. We need to be out there. We need to be in constant contact with the public, and we need to always show that presence. But with COVID and the response of the RSLPF, a protocol was, or should I say a policy for dealing with COVID-related cases was released by the RSLPF for its members in March last year. I would like to let our members, just before I go further, I would like to let our members know that that policy is still in effect. What happens most times, when something is fresh, we go for it, we follow every single detail of it, and then at some point, we just go back to our old ways. This is something I need to warn our members against, because we know that we've received a few cases of police officers having to be isolated for a period of time. Luckily, to date, I don't think we have any in isolation, and I'm happy about that. But based on the feedback I got from those who had gone through it, it is not a comfortable feeling. And I don't think it is for anybody, for that matter. So the policy is still in place. And we need to continue following. Those of us who lost our copies, those of us who never got a copy, I think we could still keep on circulating it. Let's not forget that we have a policy for dealing with it.
Yeah.
But in terms of
the organization's response.
Yes. Yeah. In terms of our day-to-day run-ins, I mean, being a police officer in an operational department, I know what it is. Being a supervisor, I know the difficulties we had. You remember from the start, we had issues with the public transport and that sort of stuff, and then we had to organize transportation for our members, especially the number of persons we had coming from south to north. We have lots of persons working in the north coming from the south. We had to organize transportation for those persons. I think in some cases, housing had to be sought for some police officers. That was done. And it's not always comfortable, but we have to do what we have to do. You don't want to, no one really wants to be away from their home. Yeah. I have a home. I don't really want to be away from my home. But these are some of the things we had to put up with. Having to take up residence somewhere else for a certain period of time. Having to probably ride on the bus instead of taking a ride with your friend.
Yes.
Where you're more comfortable in the car, but it is ill-advised. You understand? So we had those issues, and the other issue, but the biggest issue there is the personal contact that is sometimes required when police officers respond. So we keep talking about the social distancing.
Yeah,
but
it's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it's kind of difficult in some cases because the physical contact is always there. Arrests have to be effected. Prisoners and suspects have to be searched.
You know, Sergeant, I was reading some documents recently where, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, in international countries, in the US and some other countries, some departments, local law enforcement, etc., have taken the decision to put out memos stating that there are certain offenses they will not respond to. Certain summary offenses, lesser crimes, people, like for example, someone threaten you, those departments have stated that they will not respond to that. You could make a report online and then they will deal with it in a particular manner. Matters that of, let's say, of stealing that does not amount to a certain amount of value. Do you think that is something that we can initiate here, knowing that we're now having, and I think the CMO said it recently, on like a third wave, an increase of community spread? Do you think that's something we should be looking into, or is it possible at all?
Well, yes, Zach, a lot of those things are theoretically possible. But a society like ours, I have difficulty believing or wanting to even think that it's going to work here. One, those jurisdictions have a lot more resources.
Yeah, okay.
For example, just for the simplest part of it, we have no procedure for making reports online. We don't have the resources. So I do not think that it is something we could just snap off. No.
But do you think we should have? Maybe you can make a plea to the powers that be. I'm sure the Prime Minister is listening. Or the Minister of National Security. Of course, we should have some form of online platform where people could make reports online.
Yes, of course, that can be done. Those requests can be made, but I'm just trying to figure out, I mean, like I said, there are certain things that are not fit for discussion here.
Yeah.
And in terms of resources, I have difficulty believing that given our current situation, that we will be able to implement such measures.
Okay.
But truth be told, it sounds like the way to go.
Especially now, with what's going on in the community. How has the pandemic affected the PW itself, the executive, the run-ins? I mean, I'm sure there are things that we wanted to do and just couldn't happen. Huh?
Zach, I don't know if you, I'm not sure if you are lying to St. Lucia or just omitting to tell them, but Zach is the secretary of the Police Welfare Association, St. Lucia.
But you see, as the host right now, I have to put it to you.
Yes, of course. And then, and like I said earlier when we just started, for the past months, the two of us, we've only spoken via the phone or met on a Zoom platform. So our physical meetings have been very difficult. We've always had to meet in the virtual setting. We look at our calendar of activities for last year. It was disrupted. Okay, we looked at from very early. I think we were the first to start cancelling activities even before the protocols were put in place.
Oh, yes.
Yes, remember the Rainforest Walk?
The Rainforest Walk.
Yes,
some of our members were not too happy.
I know our members were not too happy, but I think we had to take the lead on it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we cancelled that walk. We had to cancel the inaugural Alvin Edmonds Memorial Cricket Competition, which we organized in honor of deceased Constable 356 Edmonds in conjunction with the Police Sports Club. And I need to say a good thank you to them too, and good night to the president of our sports club, Mr. Barry Charles. Yes, so I mean, it was something everybody was looking forward to. Our ex-police officers. I was along with an ex-police officer, putting together a team called Police All Stars, which would comprise of retired officers. Even our minister agreed to be part of that team. So
that's good.
it was. Yeah, it would have been a good competition. It would have been good to see all those ex-police officers back on the cricket team, competing in that competition. We had to postpone the second Sylvanus Lesmore Memorial Ride. And again, that was one that a lot of persons, including members of the public and the other motorcycle clubs, were looking forward to, because the inaugural one in the previous year was very good, well organized, and we received a lot of praise for that event. So the second leg of our, how do we call it? Sorry,
That's okay.
The second leg of our human rights training.
Yes.
We missed that also. We were not able to get this organized.
It would have still been facilitated by Dr. Edwin Powell?
Yes,
Okay.
it should have been, yes.
Okay.
So we missed that. On the regional level, we did not have the AGM of the CFPWA. And good night to my CFPWA members who are viewing and listening right now. We missed that also, hoping to have it sometime early this year.
Okay. Excellent.
There are probably a few more that don't come to mind right now, but we had a calendar of activities for last year. Even Police Week, we missed Police Week last year. So it has disrupted us a bit.
And I could imagine like all other organizations. Okay, we're going to take a break, ladies and gentlemen. When we come back, we're going to be speaking about protocols, enforcement of protocols, and what can we do to how would I say that, encourage our citizenry to understand the importance of adhering to those protocols. Stay tuned to Police Insight, MBC's Police Insight.
For great savings, right? Flow gives you up to $80 a month off your mobile by just adding it to your home bundle. Enjoy the fastest internet speeds and free mobile calls from your home phone, plus HBO and free internet speed upgrade. That's more value while you spend less. Switch today. Bundle and save up to $80 a month off your mobile. Call us at 1-800-804-2994 or visit us in store. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Be comfortable in your own skin. At Derma Clinic, we specialize in skincare treatment which gives you radiant and younger looking skin. We treat acne scars, enlarged pores, and hyperpigmentation. Not forgetting those age spots, crow's feet, and wrinkles. Skin insecurities are a thing of the past with Derma Clinic. Contact us at 453-6417 or 485-9818 or visit us upstairs the Napa building on the John Compton Highway in Castries for your treatment today. Derma Clinic. Your beauty is our goal.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatment that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes, and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Sterile Zone combines 3 scientifically proven air purification technologies to provide a safe, effective, and energy efficient way to clean the air in rooms up to 70 square meters. Make a genuine difference in the lives of those whose every breath is impacted by the environment. The quality of air that you breathe is very important. Don't play with your health. Protect you and your family against pollen, bacteria, dust, mites, mold, and viruses. Sterile Zone. Pure air, real science, a new generation of air purification. Distributed by Cool Dust Busters. For more info, call 758-713-5508.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Babe, I know we spoke about this, but we really need new chairs for Christmas.
Well, if you feel that way, then why not?
Really?
Uh-huh.
And what about a new fridge?
Sure.
And a new stove?
The best one there is.
Thanks, babe. See you later.
Ay. Gasa, who's one there?
You're watching MBC.
Okay, welcome back to Police Insight. I'm your host, Sergeant Zachary Hippolyte of the Royal St. Lucia Police Force. In studio with me is none other than Sergeant Curtis Roberts. He's in the capacity as the Vice President of the Police Welfare Association. Sergeant, before we get into the discussion of enforcement of protocols and challenges that our members face when it comes to this situation, recently, the Deputy Police Commissioner, Mr. Milton Daisy, addressed the nation, and we would like to just play a couple of minutes, Shane, from that video. So let's get to it, if in case you did not see it.
Period. The Royal St. Lucia Police Force, we were continuing our efforts to ensure that persons observed the protocols. To do this, I must say that we were given at least 200, close to 200 wardens to assist the police force in that regard. With the wardens, they were trained as to what are the protocols and so on and how to deal with it. I must say that we got many reports of many breaches being committed. The officers themselves, they observe breaches being committed. Actions were taken and persons were taken to court for this. Also, what we notice is that with all those persons breaching home quarantine, we got the calls from the health officials indicating that X-person who was supposed to have been in quarantine was not being contacted, or contact was not made because the person, they believe the person was not in. So we investigate those matters. So also we had to get assistance from the fire service, and I must thank them for every time that we call on them, they were present so that they would assist us in transporting those persons to institutional quarantine. We also got a number of reports that buses were committing breaches. and that is they were carrying in excess of the number of passengers, which is 10, the number of passengers agreed to as one of the conditions for operating. That was an issue to us. So I will give a brief as to what are the successes that we had, the persons who were warned and so on or arrested. And for individual breaches, we had a total, and that is between Christmas and last week. We had a total of 323 persons, individuals stopped for not wearing their mask and or the breaches of not complying with the social distancing. So with those persons, most persons were warned. However, there was an instance in the south of the island where a particular individual was arrested because in that case, the person did not just fail to wear a mask, but refused to wear a mask after having been told to do so by a police officer, and in that case, it was a warden. This person was arrested, taken to court, and was fined $650 for not wearing a mask. And urging persons in these times when some places are closed, some persons have not returned to work, that the best they can do is to wear their mask, because we will be arresting persons for
Yes. So, reworking entry, especially that of the COVID wardens.
Yes, of course. Yes, sure.
What are our members complaining? What are their complaints? What are they stating in terms of what would be their challenges in terms of enforcement of the protocols?
Well, generally, we still have a certain level of defiance when it comes to
public.
Yes, from the public when it comes to following the protocols. And this is an appeal I personally, as a Vice President of Welfare, has made several times. I mean, through the media and so, from March last year when we move on. Or, try to encourage the public to follow the protocols. Inform them that, hey, listen, we are not trying to just deliberately discomfort you or bully you, whatever the case may be. It is for your safety, it is for our safety, it is for the safety of every single person. Mm-hmm. So we've always urged them to be cooperative with our frontliners, our police officers, the health officials, the fire service, whoever they will be coming into contact with. We don't want to be out there. Look at the time of the lockdown. Persons find reason to go out, but persons like you and I who have to be out, we don't want to be out. We want to be home. Mm-hmm. It is for your own safety and the safety of others. Right, so that's one of the main issue coming from our members. Also, I looked at a couple of clips for the past weeks, and some of our members did raise concerns too, where police officers would have had to respond to calls where persons would have been breaching the home quarantine, etc.
That's amazing.
And whilst we've always been told that wearing a mask and gloves or face shield for the police officer or for the person responding would have been sufficient PPE, we find that our police officers are out there assisting the health officials, but they wear a lot more PPE than that.
Okay, I see.
We see them with those complete disposable suits.
Yes.
Now, let us put things into perspective. Who, if needs be, who makes the physical contact with the individual?
If needs be, it'll have to be the
or
police
who'll be the first to make the physical contact? What if the person is resisting?
Resisting to be the police.
I mean, luckily the last video I saw, the person was cooperative, and still it would have been the police to first approach this individual, even less than the 6 feet. And this is what we spoke about. There's a lot of physical contact in law enforcement. You cannot escape it. You arrest persons, you search persons. Look at persons in my department. Sometimes we have to be all up in your mouth taking samples. You know, so you cannot escape it. So I am thinking, if the wearing of a mask and gloves would be sufficient PPE for us as law enforcement, why does everyone else have to wear more than that?
More than that.
You know, so I mean...
Well, I think, I guess the Police Welfare Association, we would definitely take this up, especially as it does seem we are anywhere close to seeing an end to COVID. So
No, we're not.
Should definitely
we
take
don't
up.
look like we are.
You know, and you know, ladies and gentlemen, the statistics are alarming, eh? The statistics are alarming. And you know, people, I have seen people's views on social media and whatnot. But when you tell me, for example, I have here before me, in terms of individual protocol breaches, so that would be persons not wearing masks and social distancing whatsoever. For the week from the 27th of December 2020 to the 2nd of January 2021, 124 persons were cautioned about this. From January 9th, we had 144 persons. And then we move on to week 10, the 10th to the 17th of January, 119. And when we look at the summary here, Sergeant, it says of the 119 persons cautioned, 29 were students. You know, some time ago, you know, our Deputy Police Commissioner made a statement in reference to, he was passionate. He was trying to send a strong message, especially to parents. And you know, some people may have taken it out of context, and I believe you've heard the
Yes,
statement,
I
Sergeant.
did.
But I want people to understand that the deputy is very passionate about this situation. Law enforcement is very passionate about this situation. Because people, we see the individuals who become affected, who have contracted the virus. We see the individuals in isolation. We see those who never thought they would ever, you know, it's fine to not really wear the mask or do what I want. It's not until then you receive that result from a medical officer that you've contracted it. We see it. And we see the problems it causes. There's stigma, Sergeant. There's stigma attached to individuals. You know, once the community finds out, hey, usabun sateni COVID, all of a sudden you're feeling as if like the community has pulled away from you.
Yeah.
Some people, I actually heard something, Sergeant, where an individual had recovered and he was on his way to a local shop, a shop where he normally buys his little groceries. And the owner of the shop was so hesitant to even allow him to even enter to conduct business, though he had his mask and everything.
Well, I've heard similar stories also. Yes, and I mean, it's sad.
It's really sad.
Persons get stigmatized for something that you could contract, so you could come into contact with so easily.
Yes.
I mean, albeit that I wear my mask and I do my sanitization and everything, just look at today alone, the number of persons I would have come into contact with today. You know, no one knows where we're going to.
There you go.
Where we're picking it up. What we're going to be picking up. But the statement made by the Deputy Commissioner,
Our passionate Deputy Commissioner.
I did not listen to his presentation in its entirety. What I got was that snip of it being circulated.
Yes.
Saying that he's targeting students and whatever. So I cannot speak to what was said before or after that portion of his presentation or his address. But when I read some of the comments on social media, and I hear some of the comments that are being made, I do not believe, and I would want to think it is not so, and if it is so, I would want to advise our membership differently. That, you know, Zach, there's this, when I say that, there's this phrase I normally use at our meetings, and you'll laugh when I say it.
Okay.
I'm responsible for what I say, and you're responsible for your interpretation.
Yes.
I hope that our membership has not, like the public is suggesting, interpreted that statement to mean, hey, let us target students.
Not at all.
I hope our membership has not interpreted it that way. And if they have, I think, I do not think that should be a proper interpretation for it, and that should be a proper reaction to it. We are law enforcement.
Exactly.
We don't just target people just
arrest them
because of a name. We target people who violate the law.
Exactly.
And our officers need to enforce the law. So whether you are a student or you're a normal adult about your business, you need to be careful. In the same breath, again, I am not saying it was not done. I want to make that statement responsibly. I have not heard any public person, any public figure, any group, any of those critics who complained about the statement that was made, publicly say to the students, hey, listen, you should adhere to those protocols.
Wear the mask. Yeah.
You know,
Don't loiter in town.
stop liming after school, stop congregating, stop loitering.
There you go.
Whatever the case may be, try to get home
there you go.
as soon as possible. Do not board any bus which carries in excess of the number, excess passengers, whatever the case may be. You know, these are things we need to say to our children as parents. So I am not saying that nobody did. I want to be careful. But I am saying that what I'm saying is that I have not heard any of it.
I haven't heard it, and that is a good observation you've made. The statement was a passionate statement made by someone who's genuinely concerned of the fact that our young ones that we know we care about are actively not adhering to protocols when they leave school. So we are appealing to parents. Although sometimes I wonder if we have reached an age where it seems parents can't really control their kids. I don't know. But we're appealing to the parents and to the children because they're smart enough that you need to keep your mask on. And this is not the normal times. This is not normal times where before you could have just loitered around and everything is fine. And just to show you, Sergeant, that our members have not misinterpreted the statement, even in the stats, it shows that all students were cautioned. Cautioned, given a lecture, and tell them to go home. We need to respect law enforcement. We need to respect law enforcement. Okay, we're here to do a job. It's a job that is tireless, but we get a lot of difficulties from the public. As a matter of fact, there's this viral video going around, Sergeant. I think we have it. Do we have a clip of that viral video? There are 2 COVID peace officers. Can you put it on the screen for me, please?
Yes, I was going to mention.
So what happened to that? I do my job. You tell me to put in my face. What happened? Nobody cannot talk to me. I do my job. You tell me to spit in my face. I want you to spit in my face. Somebody go. Well, try it, sir.
I know because I am a big man. I am a big man. But you're a kid. Don't come and talk to me again.
Even if I was a kid, I do my job. Come and spit in my face. Come and spit in my face.
Even though I'm a kid, I'm doing my job. I really wish to commend this officer for holding her own. What do you think?
Yes,
Vice President?
I mean, we've had situations where police officers get provoked and behave a lot differently.
She held her own.
Yes,
she was composed.
Yeah, so that's commendable for a young, inexperienced police officer.
Yes,
yes, it is.
Yes, she was firm. She continue to enforce the position that I'm doing my job. And then for the citizen to allegedly, well, I like to say allegedly because I didn't hear it myself, but to say that, I'll spit in your face, probably for you being told you should wear a mask. It's unacceptable.
Yeah.
And peace officer, I know who you are, if you're listening. Excellent job in keeping your composure and stating how it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to be. I'm hoping later some persons will call because we'll be opening up.
And then again, sir, sometimes we
tell us
we look at adults behaving that way.
Adults.
And then we're going back to the issue of the students. What are we leaving behind for our kids?
Yeah.
Is that the kind of behavior that we want them to emulate? Are we leaving the kids with the impression that, you could walk around town without your mask, and if any police officer stops you, we will speak on your behalf. We will advocate on your behalf. Is that what we're teaching them?
Yeah.
So how about teaching them about the responsibility to follow the protocols? Something for us to think about as parents.
Yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. And I so agree. Shane, we're going to take another break. When we come back, we will open up the lines. Hope we could get some calls. Tell us about what you think thus far, the peace wardens. We want to hear about, in terms of our response, our national response to COVID, and even the schools debate. Let us know what you think. Stay tuned to MBC's Police Insight.
Great savings, right? Flow gives you up to $80 a month off your mobile by just adding it to your home bundle. Enjoy the fastest internet speeds and free mobile calls from your home phone, plus HBO and free internet speed upgrade. That's more value while you spend less. Switch today, bundle and save up to $80 a month off your mobile. Call us at 1-800-804-2994 or visit us in store. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Because of how quickly the coronavirus spreads, each new case calls for increased public vigilance. Know what is happening, understand why, and comply. Think of the protocols as war tactics. Personal protection tactics. Keep 6 feet away from others. Avoid riding the bus, gathering on beaches, in bars, and shops. Public protection tactics. Quarantine yourself if you feel fluish in case you have been exposed. Call 311 or a respiratory clinic for advice. Country tactics. Partial lockdown. Supermarkets, small grocers, pharmacies, and ATMs are accessible before curfew. Total lockdown. Everywhere stays closed 24/7 for a stipulated period. Team tactics. Don't only follow the protocols. Be a protocols police. Let's win this.
Together let us win this war. Say we shall be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
Be comfortable in your own skin. At Derma Clinic, we specialize in skincare treatment which gives you radiant and younger looking skin. We treat acne scars, enlarged pores, and hyperpigmentation. Not forgetting those age spots, crow's feet, and wrinkles. Skin insecurities are a thing of the past with Derma Clinic. Contact us at 453-6417 or 485-9818 or visit us upstairs the Napa building on the John Compton Highway in Castries for your treatment today. Derma Clinic. Your beauty is our goal.
Why are you suffering from aches, pains, and illnesses? When there's help for you. At Health Service Center, we offer a wide range of treatments that has been scientifically proven to help you with your aches, pains, and illnesses. Our ICT machine is one of the most effective devices in the health field. It has shown positive results in many health problems, such as back pains, shoulder pains, migraine headaches, pain in the knees and legs, poor circulation, arthritis, diabetic neuropathy, numbness in the feet, strokes and sports injuries. ICT, repairs, rebuild. The power to heal, the future of pain relief.
Sterile Zone combines 3 scientifically proven air purification technologies to provide a safe, effective, and energy efficient way to clean the air in rooms up to 70 square meters. Make a genuine difference in the lives of those whose every breath is impacted by the environments. The quality of air that you breathe is very important. Don't play with your health. Protect you and your family against pollen, bacteria, dust, mites, mold, and viruses. Sterile Zone. Pure air, real science, a new generation of air purification. Distributed by Cool Dust Busters. For more info, call 758-713-5508.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Babe, I know we spoke about this, but we really need new chairs for Christmas.
Well, if you feel that way, then why?
You're watching MBC.
The winning numbers for the evening draw of Tuesday, 19th January 2021 were tic-tac-toe, 1, 4, 7, 8, 10, 12, 19. Big 4, 6, 2, 7, 5. Pick 2, 3, 8. Multi-X, 5X. 1 off, 6, 4, 2. Lucky 3, 6, 1, 7. Super 6, 2, 5, 15, 16, 19, 23. Free ticket letter C.
You're watching MBC.
Thank you very much. Hello?
Babe, I know we spoke about this, but we really need new chairs for Christmas.
Well, if you feel that way, then why not?
Really?
Uh-huh.
And what about a new fridge?
Sure.
And a new stove?
The best one there is.
Thanks, babe. See you later.
Gasa, who's one there?
Welcome back to Police Insight. Your host here, Sergeant Zachary. He put it in studio with me is Sergeant Curtis Roberts, the Vice President of the Police Welfare Association. We're going to open up the lines. Number is 4533-911. I repeat, 4533-911. You could also send me a message on the WhatsApp texting platform 7200401, 7200401. At this point in time, let me take my time to shout out some people, especially those in our Facebook chat. Kidron Gustav, good night to you. Angela Hippolyte, how you doing? Stephanie Cauldron, Candida Daniel, Victor C. Anthony, thank you, my brother. I'm so happy to be back. Sheldon Anatole, Narcis Moise, Marva Thomas, good night to you. Who else we have there? Stephanie Cauldron, Michael Matlock, Louisa Setut, Omani Joseph, Marvin Mig, who else? Eagle Amarado. You know, sometimes the names on the Facebook names are so interesting. Eagle Amarado. Good night to you. Shirian Charles, Shamin Tiso Joseph, Solid Rock Ministry, and Jay Joseph and Joanne Cumberbatch. Thank you all so much for supporting us. Without you, the show cannot go on. So I have a question here on the WhatsApp texting platform to you. Sergeant Robert, this individual, thank you for your question. Question to Sergeant Roberts. Why does it take a long time to move from special police constable to regular policing? What are the requirements to upgrade? Some persons spend so many years as an SPC.
Zach, before I proceed with the question, can I say hello to some of my friends who viewing from a different link?
Oh, yes.
Yes, so good night to my friends viewing and messaging me here. I have Mina, I have Kendall, Corporal President. Good night to you, Corporal President. I have Tiffany viewing right now. Who else? Damian Jabatis. Julie Jean-Pierre. Good night to you guys. Thanks for tuning in and thanks for listening.
Excellent.
And thanks for giving your feedback. Yes, Zach, in response to that question, I don't like to use the terms long and short because they can be very relative. However, it is an issue, I cannot give an exact response to the question, but it's an issue that I raised with the commissioner as recently as the first week of January. I think the first working day of January. I raised that question that considered the commissioner, that we need to have a policy in place as best as possible that does not disadvantage any particular set of members. I know in some of the cases it has to do with academic qualifications, work ethic, your appraisal scores, etc. But what we need to do now is to have a clear policy, and for the viewer, I hope that answers your question. What we need to have is a clear policy as to how we are going to recruit those special constables as regular constables, as constable ones.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent. We have another question here. Can we have an update on the police welfare raffle?
Okay, well, with the raffle, unfortunately, I wouldn't be able to give an update, Zach, if you would know that there is a committee to deal with the raffle. And to be fair, I have not received a recent update from them. But I do know that they are in communication with our president, even as he is on leave.
Okay, that's Mr. Chico.
Yes.
Okay, so I promise
you.
So
my apologies for that, viewer.
Next episode, I should have an update for you here. Don't forget, number is 4533911, 4533911. You could also hook me up on the WhatsApp texting platform. Sergeant, what about elections? Is the Police Welfare Association due for elections? What's the status?
Yes, we will be holding our election sometime in February. In March, sorry.
In March.
Yeah, first week of March. I can't remember the exact date. Well, the tentative date. But up to 2 days ago, yes, I did send information to the commissioner, indicating to him that we intend on holding our next branch board election during that time.
Okay.
Nominations will be open as of the second week of February.
Second week of February.
Yes. So our members out there who are interested, I would like you to, make your interest known, so you could be nominated, and let's see where we move from there. I am not sure. I have 2 weeks to decide whether. I have two weeks. I have some personal issues that I need to deal with, and I have 2 weeks to decide whether or not I want to throw my hat back in the ring. Yes, I know a lot of persons are expecting me to run for president this time.
So I've heard.
Yes, I've received a lot of calls, a lot of encouragement. Yes, but I do not in any way want anybody to feel disappointed if I don't, because there are some personal issues that I need to iron out before I decide. So within the next 2 weeks, I should make a proper decision as to whether I'm going to present myself for the next elections.
Okay, well, as for me, I have been a long-serving member of the Police Welfare Association. I think I've worked under at least 3 presidents. We have a call on the line? Okay, let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Hello, good night.
Good night, sir. How are you doing?
I'm okay.
Talk to me.
Y'all dealing with any particular issue?
Yes, you could talk to us about anything. No problem.
I had a issue with my police record. Right. What happened was, I had a case a long time. It was like about more than 6 years ago. Right? So I applied for my police record, the normal way. They gave me a record showing me I was convicted of a crime and whatnot. So during the time before, I used to apply for police record, but it was clean, you understand? So they tell me I have to wait and you have to go through a board.
Yes.
Yes.
And I was like a good while, like since last year, about November.
About November?
Yeah. And I trying to apply for a job, and I was waiting on them, and I was expecting that, that they would have time get through with that thing, because all the time I was getting a clean record. You understand?
Yes.
So right now I just be waiting, and I don't know how long I'll take.
Okay, caller, well, I'm sorry that you're going through that right now. In terms of getting your record expunged, it must go through a board.
Right.
Now, probably the reason you may have received a clean record after your conviction was because the information may have come from the courts a little late.
Okay.
Okay? So, there really isn't much that the police themselves can do to clean up your record for you. It must go through the board. So once you have applied for that expungement and it goes out, there is very little that the police themselves can do for you. And there isn't much more that I could advise you to do apart from just waiting. I know it can be frustrating, but unfortunately, this is the procedure. And there isn't much that we could do for you.
Okay.
You can keep on checking. If
Just a waiting process.
Yeah, but you could keep following up.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay.
I hope that answers your question.
Yeah.
Yeah, good night and my apologies. I'm sorry that you're going through that right now, but this is the procedure.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay.
I remember some time ago, the police commissioner was on the show and he was educating the country on that procedure in terms of getting your record expunged. Okay, we have another caller on the line. Let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Good night, Brother Zachary.
What's up, buddy?
I want to wish you all the best, you and your family.
Thank you, bro.
And by extension, the members of the RSLPF, I just called to ask you all, what is the status on the building that was promised to you all on Bridge Street? How do you call it? The Hall of Justice?
Yes, the Hall of Justice.
I realize it has been turned to a Hall of Kapak. So I want to know what is the delay, if you all are keen in applying pressure on the authorities to make sure that something happened for you all, because, that building was thrown down in a haste. And the PRO came and endorsed it. PRO of the Police Welfare Association, he came and endorsed the throwing down of the building. I realize you're giggling.
Yes.
I don't know if it's a sign of you all are thinking of a response.
Yes, not thinking. I have the response already.
So I want to know what is the status and what you all intend to do to ensure that the process is expedited.
Well,
so I will wait off air. I'll listen off air.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Take care, my brother. Blessings to you and your family also. Well, the intention actually, the Minister of National Security, the last time he was on the show, he gave an update on that, and I am going to invite him again, Sergeant, maybe probably by next week, and then he'll be the one who definitely will give an update on the House of Justice. We have another call? Okay, let's take that call. Good night, caller.
Yes, good night, sir. How are you?
How you doing, sir? I'm fine. And you?
All right. Just a question. I'm a police officer.
Okay.
And I fall under the NIC. It could be an issue that could be dealt with internally, but I feel that it could be explained online for the viewers.
Okay.
When someone does the COVID test or they go through the COVID situation, they've been given a mandatory 14-day sick leave. And the NIC acts on that sick leave. Well, my perspective is that this is not really sick. This is like a mandatory time when you cannot go to work. And we all know that under the NIC, those under the NIC, they lose a day every week that they're on sick leave. So what's your take on that, and how could we move going forward? How could we deal with that situation? I listen to your affairs.
Well, thanks for that information, caller.
Very good.
If it is classed as sick leave, it must be handled by the NIC.
Yes.
And there's no two ways about it. It has to be handled by the NIC.
And that's what he's trying to say.
That he would have preferred to be at work.
Yes.
Yeah, but it is mandatory.
Yes.
In fact, I was not even aware that it happened that way. But I'm just thinking.
Because it could be in a situation where at work, there's someone suspected of having COVID. So therefore, most probably the contact tracing team or the ministry, in their deliberation, their investigations, would put you on sick leave, mandatory sick leave, and probably give you a test or whatever the case may be before you're cleared. So he was trying to say that he didn't report sick, but it was just part of procedure,
taking out sick leave.
And he's been affected as a result of that.
Okay. I think there's another avenue we could explore, Zach, as the Welfare Association. I do not think...
yeah, it would be good to have that discussion.
What's the phrase we use sometimes?
What's the phrase?
Not fit for the air?
It's not fit for the air. But I'm happy you brought it up too. Thank you, caller, and that's something that we could...
Yes. We could explore some other avenue and see what happens from there.
Yes, so like I was saying to, I think that was Brother Gaspard who called reference to the House of Justice. The police, we definitely need a home. It doesn't matter the administration. The bottom line is that we need a proper home. Yes. The police force deserves a home. When you look at regionally what's good, look at the other territories. Most of our colleagues, they literally have a home to call their own. So it is something
I want to say differently.
I
want to say differently, sir.
Yes.
When I travel around the region, I feel jealous. I feel jealous.
I didn't want to.
I feel jealous.
So, you know,
yes, I'm going to admit it. I feel jealous.
Yeah. Even it was in 2015. I went to St. Vincent, and when I saw that complex, man, I was like, it was very intimidating.
You know, coming from the Bahamas in 2018.
Yeah.
2019 it was, yes. I said to our commissioner, boss, if you've never been to Bahamas, don't go there. You'll be jealous of the commissioner's office.
Wow.
Yeah. But yes, we do need a home, and I guess, like you said, you'll invite the minister. He's going to give us an update.
Yes, I will invite him, and hopefully we can get an update on that. Let me see. Sergeant, can you speak to our health insurance, its effectiveness, and what can you say to police officers who have not signed up?
Okay, so our group health insurance plan with NAGICO, it has been working very well, Zach. We've had police officers who have needed treatment overseas. some of the police officers who have been here who had to be transferred to the private hospital, the insurance, the medical insurance, the insurance company, and the agent. They have been working very well with us. It's very effective. I think 80% of your medical bills are paid.
I tell you.
Even in the cases where we do not, where we pay upfront and request a refund, we don't normally have any delay, so much of a delay in getting our refunds.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of quick. Yeah.
I think it is. You know, our president has a phrase. There's a phrase he uses when he speaks about the insurance. He says it's better than selling barbecue tickets or something like that. Yes. You know, yeah, we have a very good group medical insurance. I think some of the other protective services are moving in that direction also. I'm not sure if Bodley and Fire Service have started, but we did do some consultation with them. Yeah, so I think it is something that we need to sign up on, those of us who haven't. Well, apart from if you have a better medical insurance
than what we
somewhere,
offer,
but
that's okay. But some of our colleagues, they do not have.
Yeah, because the truth is we are supposed to receive our medical treatment at the expense of the government at a local government facility.
Yes.
But there are times we need to outsource some of the treatment. There are times we prefer going to the private hospitals.
We have a call? Okay, let's take that call. Good night, caller. Welcome to Police Inside. Low down your volume, please. Yes, caller, you there?
Hello?
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 Good night.
I'm calling and we have to let you all know that how they hand sanitizer the people hands and they getting the COVID.
Okay, caller. All right, thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay. When I invite one of our individuals from the ministry, I'll ask them about the effectiveness of the hand sanitizer. I have a message here from our president, if I just read it. Mr. Chico, we have not gotten the support necessary. The raffle is progressing very slowly, and we call on the public and public officers to support us. Our committee on COVID-19 has crippled our plans, and we call on corporates in Lucia to assist on selling some tickets. We are challenged by many variables, and hence we wish our fellow associates could understand the reasons provided for the raffle. We are happy that we have sold some tickets and crave the indulgence of St. Lucians to assist us. So another challenge again. COVID has definitely dampened on our plans to get this raffle going as we would have expected.
Yeah, it would have affected everybody.
Yes, definitely. I think I also have another message here. Hello viewer, this individual says, good night Officer Hippolyte, good night to your guest, good night to all my friends in the Royal St. Lucia Police Force, good night to the Police Commissioner, blessings and guidance for all of you, coming from Miss Remy of Victoria Chozel. Madam Officer Remy.
Oh, yes, of course.
Good night, Madam.
Yes. Good night, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. Good night, Dawn, for tuning in. Thank you so much for supporting us. We're going to take our last break, Shane, and when we come back, 1-2 questions, and then we're going to round up. Stay tuned to NBC's Police Insight.
Quickly the coronavirus spreads, each new case calls for increased public vigilance. Know what is happening, understand why, and comply. Think of the protocols as war tactics, personal protection tactics, Keep 6 feet away from others. Avoid riding the bus, gathering on beaches, in bars and shops. Public protection tactics. Quarantine yourself if you feel fluish in case you have been exposed. Call 311 or a respiratory clinic for advice. Country tactics. Partial lockdown. Supermarkets, small grocers, pharmacies and ATMs are accessible before curfew. Total lockdown. Everywhere stays closed 24/7 for a stipulated period. Team tactics. Don't only follow the protocols. Be a protocols police. Let's win this.
Together let us win this war. Say you shall be a soldier. Together we can beat this corona.
All for great savings, right? Flow gives you up to $80 a month off your mobile by just adding it to your home bundle. Enjoy the fastest internet speeds and free mobile calls from your home phone, plus HBO and free internet speed upgrade. That's more value while you spend less. Switch today, bundle and save up to $80 a month off your mobile. Call us at 1-800-804-2994 or visit us in store. Flow, keeping you connected. Terms and conditions apply.
Be comfortable in your own skin. At Derma Clinic, we specialize in skincare treatment which gives you radiant and younger looking skin. We treat acne scars, enlarged pores, and hyperpigmentation, not forgetting those age spots, crow's feet, and wrinkles. Skin insecurities are a thing of the past with Derma Clinic. Contact us at 453-6417 or 485-9818 or visit us upstairs the Napa building on the John Compton Highway in Castries for your treatment today. Derma Clinic. Your beauty is our goal.
Hi, my name is Sidil, and you may know some of my hits like this one.
Don't play with man. Man pull up like 10 bad man.
Our music inspires and entertains. It powers festivals and is an integral part of our history and culture. Creating good music takes hours of thought, writing, arranging, recording, and production. When people or businesses who use our music publicly or for commercial gain get a music license, they're not just keeping the law. They're also supporting music creators, producers, musicians, singers, sound engineers, and many others in the music industry. Keep the great music coming. Get a music license for your business, place, or event. Support music rights.
For more information, visit echorights.com. This message is brought to you by Echo and this Echo license station. Echo, protecting music rights.
Yes, welcome back to Police Insight. Your host here, Sergeant Zachary Hippolyte. In studio, Sergeant Curtis Robert, the Vice President of the Police Welfare Association. Ladies and gentlemen, don't you just love the new intro of Police Insight? I love it. Don't you like it?
Yes, I love it.
It's really nice, yes, the different videos, and I have to big up NBC, Curtin and Screw, all you guys in the back for that new intro. Thank you so much. Sergeant, as we're running down, I think I just have at least 2 more questions for you. I know you are an executive member of the Police Credit Union, am I correct?
I was.
Oh, you were?
Yes.
But still, I think you might have information when I'm going to ask you. Can you tell us about, we've been hearing about this Golden Harvest Retirement Savings Plan.
Right.
Can you share a little light on this for our members?
Yes, the Golden Harvest, it's a retirement savings plan that the Police and Allied Services Credit Union has organized for its members.
Okay.
So you get to choose your plan. You get to choose how much you're going to be contributing, how much you want to save for retirement. Okay, so you're going to decide what your retirement age is.
Oh,
in that regard.
Interesting. So you have options.
It is risk-free for the member. So if it happens to be risky in any way, it's for the company, not for the member.
Oh, I see.
Okay, so I'm not sure, but I think there are provisions for if you get incapacitated while you are on the plan. It should have started in December. I say we because I'm still a member. I'm not an executive member anymore, but I'm still a member of the credit union. So I like to use the term we. Yes, we should be starting this month, and I'm just encouraging all our members, police officers, fire officers, all our members to give the credit union a call and request the information. I hope that does not sound like an ad for the credit union.
Yeah.
Yes, but give the credit union a call, 4522105. You will get your information. I think it is we carefully sat down and thought it out, and we think it's going to benefit our members greatly.
And quickly, before you wrap up, I know we're going through a pandemic, but some of our members have had their own epidemic in the organization, that of impacts. Have you received any update status?
No updates. I should say that. I will say it clearly. I will not sugarcoat it. We have not received any updates.
Any updates?
My heart bleeds when I think of those officers. You know, anticipation of anything is worse than the occurrence of it.
Okay.
In most times, and you do not know what's going to happen. They don't know what their fate is going to be.
Yeah.
And I feel for these officers.
And because the saga continues.
You know, so it might sound like a cliche, but these officers have remained in our prayers for a while.
And I guess that is something also for the National Security Officer. So hopefully I'll reach out to him. I'll give him an invitation, and when he's here, ladies and gentlemen, he definitely give us a status update.
Yes, of course. Yes, yeah, sure.
Okay, so Sergeant, this is now your time. We're about to wrap up. Expectations for 2021. Wrap it up.
Well, in terms of the police welfare, expectations for 2021, like I said, I do not know what it's going to be like. I don't know what my fate is going to be. I don't know what my choice is going to be either. Like I said, I have a couple of weeks to decide whether I want to run for president, whether I want to remain on the executive, whatever the case may be. But what I am hoping is that there is continuum. So whether I'm on the executive, whether some of our current executive members are still there, whatever we had planned, I think we need to work. Those of us who would be going out, we need to work with the new executive to ensure that there's some sort of continuity, that projects are going to continue, our events are going to continue. I still want to see the memorial cricket competition for Alvin Edmonds kicking off at a time where it is suitable based on the climate with COVID. I want to see the Randy Abbott competition continue, the football competition. I want to see that continue. I want to see the Lesmore Memorial Ride continue. Well, you know, I'm very passionate about the riding. Yes, being a rider myself. Our human rights training, our partnership with the educational institutions. I want to see that continue. I want to see the relationship grow a lot better. And what I want to see is an immediate sense of unity right after our elections are done. You know, there's a lot of, we do our campaigning just like anything else. We do our campaigning. You know, there's some of the good talk, the bad talk, you know, that kind of stuff. But, you know, I want to see that immediate sense of unity right after elections. But also, I know we spoke a lot about COVID and how it affected our officers. Zach, one of the things I always boast about is our ability to adjust very easily as police officers. And I must commend our members. They have been doing a good job. They have been adjusting. They have been taking risk even where sometimes persons like you and I see that, hey, listen, this is not necessary, or that should not happen. But we have been out there. Every change that comes through, you might hear a little talk about it, but we adjust very, very easily. And that's one thing I really need to commend our members on. Guys, police officers, you guys have been doing a very good job. If you've not heard it anywhere else, you're hearing it from me tonight. We have been doing a very good job as the Royal Sandwich Police Force.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Sergeant, for gracing us with your presence.
Yeah, most welcome.
For 2021.
Thank you.
Whatever capacity it is. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for those of you who tuned in, whether at home, in front of the television, or watching abroad, wherever the case may be, on Facebook, MBC. Thank you for continuing to host Police Insight. Thank you, Commissioner of Police, for allowing me to continue to host this show. Thank you to the organization and everybody in St. Lucia. We can fight COVID. We need to be responsible. We need to be each other's keeper. We need to continue doing what we can to protect each other and everyone in this wonderful country. Good night. See you next Tuesday.
Because of how quickly the coronavirus